Hi, I'm Norm Stockton. Welcome to my home studio here in Orange County, California, Grace K Studios. I am here today with the Gallien-Krueger 112 MBP powered extension cabinet. It adds some serious functionality to GK's acclaimed MB series of combos and heads. Now, just in terms of some overview and some history, historically, a combo amp that could keep up with a drum kit was generally a beast, right? It was big and unruly and definitely sort of negated the whole value of having a combo amp. GK pioneered the whole area of the portable, high-powered combo amp, and the MBP powered extension cabinets are really a quantum leap forward in that regard. Check it out. I have an MB112 combo amp here today, and by the way, there's a separate demo video for this, and so I go through all the controls and everything, so I won't spend any time talking about this, but definitely go check it out. It's a great unit. I have it turned around, obviously, so that you can see the rear panel and how it's connected. Using a standard mic cable, you go from the chain output of the MB combo into the chain input of the MBP powered extension cabinet. Once they're connected, then all EQ and volume settings from the MB combo are conveyed to the MBP powered extension cab, or cabs, which we'll talk about in a second. It's pretty cool. But in addition, that results in a seriously gig-worthy situation. If you've ever had a combo amp that had the ability to plug in passive external cabinets, you were never realizing the full output of that amp until the point that you did plug it into that passive extension cabinet, right? Because of the whole issue of impedance, you need to plug in the passive extension cabinet to drop the impedance load down to where you get the maximum rated power. With the MBs and the MBPs, it's a different animal. This MB112 has a 200 watt amp that's allocated just to the 12-inch speaker in this box. The 112 MBP has a separate 200 watt amp that's allocated just to the 12-inch speaker in this box. So in this case here, this is really, when you connect these together, it's really a 400 watt 212 rig, isn't it? But it gets even better, because up to 3 MBP powered extension cabinets can be driven from one MB combo. So you can mix and match from the full series of MBP powered extension cabinets. There's the 112 MBP or the 115 MBP, which are both 200 watt amps, or there's the 212 MBP or 410 MBP, which are both 500 watt amps with Neo drivers. Designed and built in the US, pretty awesome stuff. To me, the huge value of this is that you no longer need to cart around some massive rig because you have a gig 3 or 4 times a year where you need a whole bunch of speakers and more output. If most of your stuff is completely adequately covered with a 112, in this case, the MB112, which is a single 12-inch speaker, but it's a 200 watt amp, so it's certainly not underpowered at all. It'll definitely function in rehearsal situations, rehearsing in your bedroom, coffee house gigs or whatever, smaller venues, does great. But when you need more power, in this case, you can add a 112 MBP. And what I really love about that is that you can also keep the stage volume down. Say that there's somebody, stage right, the guitar player stage right really wants to hear your bass more. Well, if you're stage left and you want to crank up your amp to 8, well, they may be able to hear it. But maybe a better solution would be to go ahead and put a 112 MBP over on stage right, and you don't need to have a speaker cable that's that long. You just put it wherever it needs to go. Just put it within reach of a power outlet, and then you just run an XLR cable over to that, and you're done. It's really, really a well thought out thing. Let's take a look at the rear panel real quick. You've got your power button, you have your AC input, and you have your chain in, chain out. And again, you would just use a standard XLR cable, go from the chain output of the MB combo into the chain input of the MBP. And if you wanted to run additional MBPs, then you run a separate XLR cable from the chain output of the first MBP into the chain input of the second MBP, et cetera, et cetera. Another thing that's really cool is that if you have an MB head with one of those line out, chain out jacks, the 1/4 inch jacks, and you're running extension cabinets, so you're already kind of maxed out, right? You're running into your extension cabinets and your impedance level is down to the lowest and you're running full output. Theoretically, you can't do any more. Well, if you've got that line out, chain out jack, then using a TRS to XLR cable, you can plug into up to 3 more MBP powered extension cabinets and really have thunderous, rafter shaking capability with that MB head. It's pretty cool. Another point that's really awesome, and GK thinks this stuff through very well. In this case here, this 112 MBP is a 200 watt amp. But if I was also running a 410 MBP, which is a 500 watt amp, halfway up on the volume of the MB combo is halfway up for both. It's not like if you turn up a little bit, then this one's cranking and this one's barely on. It's well thought out. But 32 pounds, compact and punchy, surprising power and headroom, GK tone, portability, convenience, value. I always encourage people not to just take my word for it, though. Definitely go to a GK dealer and check it out. You can additionally go get more information if you want to go to Gallien.com. But this is the 112 MBP powered extension cabinet from Gallien-Krueger. Go check it out. God bless you. I'm Norm Stockton. I hope to see you on the road.